his first show last week, and I listened into it, and it was fabulous. It was a great show. Has a great voice and very uplifting. So tune in after my show.
And his mum was his first request. How cool is that?
His mum was his first request. You know what? I think that's awesome.
You can't script that.
I think that's absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Now, Daniel, we have about 20 minutes, just under 20 minutes left. Let's talk about what you do other than inspire people in your workshops. What is it that you want to create a legacy in your life? What is that legacy that you want to leave?
I read this book called Your One Word, and it was like, what is the word that defines what you do? And my word I came up with was inspire, and that's what I try to do across all of my things. And all my friends said that years ago that, you know, I would push them a bit harder to hit a jump or do all of these things, and I had this great story to tell. And it wasn't until I started on this journey where I sat on a rock up in Cairns at one of the very waterfalls I spent a long time recovering at, and I thought, I want to take busy people away on life-changing experiences. And in the same way that it can take a major life event to shake things up, I wanted to do it on the mountain in a more fun and safe way.
Yes.
So get people up, to go through the adversity of the hike up the mountain, being in the mountains and having no phone, no laptops, no distractions, and having those conversations for people to have that awareness to go, hang on, there's some things that I need to look at in my life, myself included.
Realizations.
And those defining moments that happen from when I had car accidents, when I had bike accidents, when I had all of these crazy things happen. I thought, well, how can I recreate those same conditions, but in a fun and safe way? So that's how I designed the Phoenix experience, to be able to do that, to get people out of their comfort zone, to talk about things they don't talk about, so they go, well, hang on, mate, I haven't done any exercise in a year. I haven't spoke to this person in 12 months. I haven't shared this with my partner. I've been disconnected with my kids. And this is like real world problems. Distractions are everywhere. They're not good or bad, but sometimes they can take us away from the things that are important to us, the things that really matter. And if we don't look after ourselves and do all those things, we've got nothing to give anyone else.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that walk, just that walk up the mountain, for some people who have never experienced going into the bush, who have never walked up a mountain, never really taken notice of the sunsets, never been able to appreciate the beautiful view while the sun is rising, that just makes me feel right now excited, because when I see a sunset set down here and I'm inside, I run across the road and take a photo of it.
Wow.
Because it just does something. It gives, I can't explain it really, it just gives me something inside that it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it is amazing. And what I do is, talking about what we were saying before about, you know, celebrating success and all of these things, and I pull people aside one-on-one and I say, really think about what you've done this morning.
Yeah.
You've got up out of bed.
At what hour?
At 3 in the morning. Driven up in the dark with a stranger.
Yes.
Hiked up the mountain. I've had to tow some people up on my backpack.
Really?
Because they've struggled to get up. And I said, we're going all the way. You're going to make it. Trust me. And they always do. And they thank me. And there's tears and all those things.
Oh, I was going to say, is there tears?
There's tears of joy and pain and all of those things. But I said, don't discount what you've done. This is the amazing thing that you've done. You've got out of bed. You've hiked up a mountain in the dark. You've watched the sunrise on a mountain, like
Yes.
on a cliff face,
Yes.
like a proper mountain. And you've talked about things you've never talked about to anyone in your life. I said, you should be so proud. You should be just so thankful. And I really take my hat off to my clients that do that, because it's huge for them.
It's emotional. It's bringing emotion up in me right now. It's something, I think, through conversation, through creating that awareness and bringing that beauty out in people. And it is a beauty that they just push so far down inside themselves, they never let it out. And my friends call me crazy because I am a bit crazy, but that's okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
But it's, just seeing the simple things. It's like watching the sunset, looking at the sunrise, the water, the sun sparkling on the water, the sparseness of looking so far in the distance, and the sun rising.
It's amazing.
Oh,
It's amazing, and there's no phones. We don't take any phones. Like, I don't let anyone take their phones, even to take photos. I just take my phone and get a hit on the view, concentrate on the sunrise, concentrate on the conversation, so they can just relax and be. Because every time we pull out our phone,
it's a distraction.
It's a distraction. So to really get them to be present in the moment goes a long way as well.
And I think, I look at my grandchildren and they have all the electronic things that you can possibly have, and they can use them. Well, my 6-year-old granddaughter can use them better than I can. Mm-hmm. She'll FaceTime me and do those sorts of things, and I think, oh, how do you do that? It's just, I don't want you to see me talking to you on the phone. That's that sort of stuff. But it's just a natural thing for them to do. But also to have an appreciation for the real things in life, the sunrise, the clouds in the sky, the shape of the clouds in the sky. I have lots of photos of the shapes of the clouds in the sky.
That's cool.
I have lots of photos of dead trees. I have lots of photos of falling down buildings, because that's what I like taking photos of. And it's like, if you can get people to walk up a mountain without any electronic devices, just to hold the thoughts in their mind, get to the top of the mountain and have a conversation about stuff. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter. Just let it happen.
Yeah. I love it too. Like, I love getting out there. That's my happy place. And I've got a rock star photographer friend from Cairns, Wade, and every now and again he's like busted broke and he'll be on my couch, so I just like, right, let's go take photos. And we go, and we've been to New Zealand, we've been out into the desert, we've been to all these crazy places, and get photos of me in a suit. It's ridiculous, I know. My wife thinks
in the desert.
We go into the sand dunes, and we get all these crazy photos in the in a suit.
No shoes.
No, in shoes.
Oh my God.
And in glacial lakes in New Zealand, all of these things to get the suit out into nature. And it's a bit of fun, but it's a good excuse to get out into these amazing places and stand on some amazing cliffs on the side of a mountain and get some really cool photos. And we just upload it to Instagram. It's a bit of fun, and it inspires people to get out there.
Absolutely. And sharing that, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's actually sharing, and people seeing that and giving them that inspiration to say, hey, wow, he's crazy, but gee, I'd love to do that. Yeah. And let that bit of a wild, I always sort of say, there's a bit of wildness in us, and allow that to come out, because that creates the endorphins and makes you feel happy.
Yeah, you got to get a bit of grrr every now and again.
Oh, absolutely. Go a little crazy
a little grrr.
Do some stupid stuff.
Exactly.
And so you've got a workshop coming up on Saturday. I'm sad I can't come to it because I've got something else on. But what's it about?
It's a day of transformation.
Okay. And what do you mean when you say transformation?
Well, we don't often get a chance to press pause on our busy life and talk about the things that matter to us, discover. We go a lot into self-belief, talk a lot about beliefs and mindset around that, and then resilience, the stages of resilience as well, because bad things happen to us all. But there's a stage of resilience that they've just realised now. It's called transcendence, and it's using the bad things that have happened not just to get back to normal, because that's where I was so happy just to get back to normal. But we missed that last stage, which they call transcendence, where you use it as rocket fuel, those bad things as a badge of honour to propel you forward.
Yes.
We talk a lot about that, and we talk about how to influence yourself and influence others, like in an ethical way. And we talk a lot about your values and your mission and your vision and your purpose. We spend the whole afternoon going, well, I want to do these great things, but what am I passionate about? What's my mission in life? What's what do I really want to do? But we break it down to a thing of, if it's so big and overwhelming, we break it down to, well, what do I need to do tomorrow?
Yes.
What skills do I have? What beliefs do I have? What can I do tomorrow to start chipping away at that?
And it's quite amazing when you start looking at people's skills, because, you know, if they're older and they've been to different workplaces on and off all their life and then raised a family and done all that, what are all the skills that they've built up all over that period of time?
And they don't realise they have all these amazing skills.
Don't. And, you know, I used to run workshops for women going back to work after they had family and look at the skills that they actually have. Oh, well, I don't have any skills. So we'd go through and we'd look at the skills that they actually had. And they go, oh, really?
I could do some stuff.
Yeah. And it's quite amazing how you create that awareness and then they think, well, yeah, I can, and I will do this. So at the end of the day, you've created an awareness, inspired, and given them some thoughts to take away, to make the changes, to take them to a place where they want to be.
Yeah, and the practical tools to do that.
Yeah.
And it's good to, you know, I'm all about getting inspired. I think inspiration is amazing, but then the action comes after that. And if we have this, if it's too big, we won't do it. Yeah. So we break it down to, well,
small chunks.
What do I need to ring? Who do I need to ring tomorrow? I've got this dream of this thing that I've always wanted to do, or I wanted to do. Some people, it's health and fitness.
Yeah.
I do these vision sessions with people. Some people, it's health and fitness. Other people, they want to start this business. I've had women want to start a non-for-profit charity. We break it down to who is the person that you need to call tomorrow. That's how in detail we go. Start with the big vision and the dream and everything, and then we whittle that all the way down into what habits do you need to change. We spoke about habits. What habits do you need to put in place, and how do you visualize that? How do you believe in yourself more? And then start with the to-do list.
Yeah. And that to-do list not being too big, so that they, you know, they chunk their to-do list down into little chunks.
Yes.
So it's not overwhelming for them.
Definitely not, because if it's overwhelming, we won't do it. We'll look at it and go, it's just another thing we need to do on our to-do list.
Yeah, and it's like setting goals. People set goals, and they set these goals that they've probably achieved before or wanted to achieve that really aren't that inspiring for them. And they put their plan of action into place and they get part the way through, and then they think, oh, I'm bored and I can't be bothered. So their goal goes away and they never achieve it. Yeah. So they've got to have big, scary goals.
The why's got to be strong enough.
Yeah, the bigger and the scarier they are is driving them.
Yep.
If they have the desire and the determination, but action is very important. If they don't take action, nothing happens.
Nothing happens, and your why's got to be strong enough.
Absolutely.
I always say that I'm not a very disciplined person, but I'll get out of bed and train every day at 5 in the morning because I love to train. Not because I'm a disciplined person, because my why is strong enough. I want to reach a certain level of fitness, but that's not because I'm disciplined. It's because my why is strong enough. My why is strong enough to say, well, you need to get out of bed, or you need to watch your diet and things like that. So I help people tap into their big reason why, because if your why is big enough, the little things that you have to do, it's not about discipline, it's about a decision.
Yes, and it is making that decision, isn't it?
Yeah.
To make the changes that you want to change so that you can get to the place where you want to be in your life. And, you know, we all have choices. We can choose to change or we can choose to stay where we are. And it's...
But everyone is worth so much more. Like all of those dreams that everyone thinks they can achieve, it's all there for you.
Yeah, so true.
And you're worth it.
So true. Now, Daniel, where can they connect with you if they want to go on a little trek, or they want to come to one of your workshops, or they want to hear you speak somewhere? How can they connect with you?
So if you search the Phoenix Experience...
The Phoenix? Yep. Spell it for them.
Phoenix, the Phoenix Experience.
Right.
If you just put that into the Google Magic bar, I'm all over the front page.
Right,
so
beautiful.
I'm on Facebook, and if they want to know about my event, there's an events tab on Facebook, and I do speak at some meetups and things like that as well. And if anyone would like me to come and speak at their meetup, I'm open to those things as well to
Beautiful.
To help share the message.
Yeah, good. And you're off to Sydney tonight or tomorrow?
Right now, yeah, as soon as I leave here, I've got to battle the Melbourne traffic.
Oh, no.
Which I'm a little bit scared about because I haven't been over to the airport in a little while. So fly out at 8 o'clock tonight to Sydney for a keynote at in Parramatta tomorrow, which I'm super excited about.
Fantastic. And how many people are you going to be speaking to?
So it's 100 mortgage brokers, which will be cool, like a sit-down cabaret style, lunch. And yeah, it's going to talk about remembering what's important and how your life performance equals high performance in business.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, if I was to ask you to give the listeners one tip to do to make them feel better or inspire them, what would it be?
I would say write a list of all the amazing things that you've achieved in your life, and you'll realise you've done so much more than you give yourself credit for, and use that to give yourself the excuse to do even more in the future.
And create that bucket list.
Create that bucket list, because life just keeps coming at us relentlessly. If you don't do it, it'll be the next thing and the next thing, and everyone is just so worth doing it and taking the time. But write that list, because you'll be amazed in how many amazing... I was listening to your list of amazing things. Wow. Wow.
So, yeah, look, create your bucket list and get the excitement going and achieve it and tick it off, and then look at the next one and see what else you can do. And if you can't do it on your own, ask for help. Yeah,
ask for help. One of my standards is don't get jealous, just ask how.
Yeah.
Ask how did they do it, and they will tell you.
Oh, absolutely. And successful people are there and prepared to help you.
Absolutely.
You know, because they've been there, they've done that. They can make shortcuts for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just get on the wheel and move along, and they will help you achieve what you need to achieve. Because how did they become successful? By asking others to help them.
Exactly.
Well, Daniel, it's time for us to go. So thank you so much. Have had a great conversation today. It's been really pleasant and enjoyable and inspirational.
Thank you.
And you can be one of my amigos.
I'd love to be an amigo. That sounds awesome.
When we come back. But it is news time now. And Andy, it's time for Andy to take over. It's Faye Waterman, A Conversation with Faye, and I'll see you same time, same place next week. Bye for now.
Bye.
I'm playing the news. Oh, I can't turn it off. Shit. I'm just going to talk about it.
National Radio News. Hello, I'm Christina Rosengren. Melbourne Lord Mayor Robert Doyle has quit his role amid investigations into alleged sexual harassment accusations. Mr. Doyle was accused of sexual harassment and indecent assault by two women in December, including councillor Tessa Sullivan, who quit over the mayor's alleged behaviour. Mr. Doyle